Introducing Bremwell's head coach, Robert Ray. Hamlin's head coach, Bill Elkins. For the Millionaires, assistant coaches Dale Lee and Tom Bailey. For the Bobcats, assistant coaches Bill Linville, Jack Stevens, Paris Browning, and John Shemp. The managers for Bremwell, Jerry Waller and Steve Orey. For Hamlin, Jody Tabor, Jeff Simons, Tina Dean, Cheryl Bird, and Shannon Cooper. Lions Club host for Bremwell, Bill Jurg. Lions Club host for Hamlin, Art Ashley. Now introducing the squads. For Bremwell, number 20 is Mike Cook. For Hamlin, number 32 is Sean Puckett. For the Millionaires, number 10, Tim Lockett. For the Bobcats, 14, Mark Adkins. From Bremwell, number 30, Charlie Gillespie. From Hamlin, number 22, Greg Terry. For the Millionaires, number 50, Terry Akers. And for the Bobcats, 12, Adam Johnson. From Bremwell, number 12, Billy Stroop. From Hamlin, number 54, Bart Reynolds. For the Millionaires, wearing 42 is Hubert Buchanan. For the Bobcats, wearing number 10, Adam Lawson. For Bremwell, 24 is Steve Collins. And for Hamlin, number 50 is Jody Vickers. Now the starting lineups. For Bremwell, 6'3" senior, number 40, Lamont Woods. Hamlin, 6'3", a junior, number 40, Chuck Curry. For the Millionaires, at 6'3", a senior, number 32, Scott Goins. For the Bobcats, at 6'2", a junior, number 52, Brian Vance. For Bremwell, 6'4", senior, number 44, Sean Jenkins. For Hamlin, 6'1", senior, number 42, Brian Gofford. For the Millionaires, 5'10", a sophomore, number 22, Anthony Walton. For the Bobcats, a 6'2", senior, number 44, Tony Arbol. And for Bremwell, 6' senior, number 34, Mose Cuthbertson. And for Hamlin, a 6' senior, number 24, Matt Burns.
It's game time. The tip-off in 1 minute after this message from Stone and Thomas.
Get into the game plan at Stone & Thomas and find incredible savings on great-looking Lee jeans for men. An exciting lineup of Lee Riders fashions in 100% pre-washed cotton denim that'll get you ready for fun and action. Lee Riders for men. Updated jeans with a high scoring record for quality, style, and comfort. Regularly $21.99, now just $17.99 at Stone & Thomas. So when your lifestyle calls for great-looking, great-fitting jeans, turn to Lee Riders at Stone & Thomas and win with style.
All right, so I'm driving out for a burger like usual when all of a sudden I hear this music.
Well, I'm tired of the same old thing, the same old way.
Then it hits me. I don't have to eat the same old boring burgers. So I head on over to Rack's and order me a Works burger. Then I take it on over to that Rack's Works bar and fix it up just the way I like it. I tell you what, you eat a burger like that and you're going to hear music too.
This copyrighted broadcast is made under exclusive rights granted to the Metro News Radio Network by West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Any rebroadcast, publication, or use of the accounts or description of this game without the express written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is prohibited. Now let's return courtside. Here's Fred Persinger.
The Class Single A championship game for 1988. The Bremwell Millionaires, the home team on the scoreboard. They have on their white home uniforms with the blue numerals and the gold trim, while the Hamlin Bobcats in the blue uniforms with the gold numerals and the white trim. Ready to go. Basketball action, quarter number 1 in the air, tip controlled by the Bremwell Millionaires. Mose Cuthbertson chases it down, gets it over to Anthony Walton, and they start the offense. Scott Goins with it on the left wing, goes cross court in the pass to Sean Jenkins, leading scorer for the Bremwell Millionaires in the basketball tournament so far. The pass over to Goins in the corner, goes through his fingertips. Took his eye off of it and goes out of bounds. Turn it over first time of the afternoon. You give it back to the Hamlin Bobcats. Matt Burns, to me, he is the key in the basketball game, Bake.
Yes, I think so too. How he handles the team, if he can get that outside shot going too.
5'11" and a senior. Matt Burns takes it on the dribble on the left side. Gets it down in the corner to Brian Galford, the outside shooting threat for the Hamlin Bobcats. On the dribble, walks it around the top of the circle. Tries to go down inside to Curry. Stolen away by the Bremwell Millionaires. Pass up the floor intended for Scott Goins. Kicked out of bounds, last touching Matt Burns. So both teams playing a little tentative as we start the basketball game. Anthony Walton, what a good-looking sophomore he is. 5'10". Over on the left wing, Scott Goins. He'll work it back top of the circle to Walton on the right side. They get it to Sean Jenkins. Couple of dribbles, moves down along the baseline, sends the pass cross court. Scott Goins jumps and shoots. Shot no good. Rebound control to the inside by Lamont Woods. Takes it back along the baseline, puts the shot up with the power move and call the foul on Matt Burns. Now there's the youngster that can ill afford to get in foul trouble, Matt Burns. He is definitely the quarterback. You'll see the Hamlin Bobcats come into the lineup a lot of times with Jody Vickers to give a rest to one of the big men, but they don't like to take Matt Burns out of the lineup at all. At the line, to our right, shooting 2 times, Lamont Woods, a 6'3" senior. With the left hand, first one's good, and that's the first point in the basketball game. 7:05 left in quarter number 1. The Bremwell Millionaires lead it by a single point as the second free throw is no good, but the rebound is tipped out to Lamont Woods. He chases it down, gets it out to Anthony Walton. Walton on the dribble, top of the circle, brings it on the right side. Sean Jenkins eyes the basket, moves in one dribble, stops and shoots. The shot is good from the free throw line, just to the right side. Sean Jenkins scores the first field goal of the basketball game. 3-0 your score. We've played 1 minute and 15 seconds. Matt Burns with it, yo-yoing the basketball against man-to-man pressure by Anthony Walton. Stops at the free throw line, puts the shot up, no good. Chased down in the corner by Tony Arball. He sends it back outside on the right wing to Brian Vance. Picks up the dribble, goes to Galford in the lane, and the basketball knocked loose. We have a whistle and a foul called on the Bremwell Millionaires. It'll go against Scott Goins. That will be his first. 6.5 minutes left in the first period of play. 3-0 your score. Bremwell leading the Hamlin Bobcats in the corner. They get it to Galford. Back outside to Matt Burns. Deep in the corner on the left side. They get it to Vance and he travels. As he tried to make the move towards the basket, he turns it over for the second time. 3-0 your score. Bremwell takes over the basketball, leading by the 3. Anthony Walton picked up by Galford and Arball. He'll send the pass near side to Scott Goins. It goes back across the timeline to Walton. Bounce pass in the lane, loose on the floor, intended for Lamont Woods. Stolen away, picked up by Chuck Curry of the Hamlin Bobcats. He gets it over to Brian Galford. Back it comes to Matt Burns. And they start the attack once again. Matt Burns with a basketball in the front court. Gets around Walton. Stops from 16. Double pumps. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound tipped out to Galford. As he tried to go up for the shot, Scott Goins has picked up his second personal foul. We talked about a youngster that couldn't get in foul trouble for Hamlin, being Matt Burns. I think Scott Goins certainly one you want to keep out of foul trouble if you're Bremwell.
He's a big outside threat, shooting threat, and that's his second foul, and we've only played about 2 minutes of the ball game.
So Brian Galford will go to the line and shoot 2 times. And that's the first point of the afternoon for the Hamlin Bobcats as he makes the first. 6'2" and a senior, Brian Galford. You look at guys like Scott Goins and Lamont Woods, Sean Jenkins, 4th trip in a row to the state tournament. They started playing as freshmen. The second shot is no good by Galford. Hamlin gets the rebound. Tony Arball's shot is no good, and the rebound comes off to Scott Goins. Quickly into the front court. 3-on-3. Goins takes it to the hole. The foul is called on Arball. Good heads-up play, I thought, that time by Scott Goins. He saw the quick opening. He knew that the pass-off would be maybe dangerous. He decided to take it to the basket and picked up the foul on Arball. That'll be Tony's first. Fouled in the act of shooting is Scott Goins. He'll go to the line. So far in this tournament, 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. He misses the first. Averaging 14 points a game in the first 2 games. Next one's good. So he has his first point of the afternoon. 4-1. The lead is 3 once again. 5:44 left in quarter number 1. Matt Burns getting instructions from the Hamlin bench as he works it across the timeline. In the corner, he goes to Galford. Back outside to Burns, standing on the right wing. Cross court, the pass goes. Corner jumper by Galford, no good. Rebound control by Lamont Woods for Bremwell. Outlet pass up the floor to Anthony Walton. Across the timeline, whips the pass along the baseline, left side to Jenkins. He'll send it back outside to Walton. Quickly inside to go to Cuthbertson. Loses control of it. Picked up off the floor by Matt Burns. And the Hamlin Bobcats on the attack once again. Inside, he tried to force the pass to Galford. Stolen away by Walton. 1 1-on-1. Walton against Burns. Down inside, he gets it to Goins, and Goins scores.
That was a tremendous defensive play by Walton, and then a nice dish to Goins for the layup.
6-1 at the 5-minute mark. 0 of 4. The Hamlin Bobcats from the floor, kicking the basketball away. It will maintain in the possession of Hamlin as Walton playing the good defense on Brian Galford on the right side. 4:57 left first quarter. 6-1 your score, and right now Hamlin just having trouble throwing it in the ocean. They'll get the inbounds pass to Vance, and it's kicked right back out of bounds. Last touching Walton. Walton really playing the defense, overplaying the passing lanes, shutting off anything Hamlin really wants to do. They get it into Matt Burns. Bounce pass back outside to Brian Vance in the corner right side to Matt Burns. He goes inside the paint to Galford, dumps it off there for Curry. Shots up and in. So Curry got the nice pass from Galford, and he put the 2 points through the net. 6-3 your score. First field goal coming with 4:38 left in quarter number 1 for the Hamlin Bobcats. Goins with the basketball, top of the circle, goes over in now to Anthony Walton on the left wing. They work it to Sean Jenkins, near side. The pass comes to Goins. Back it goes top of the key to Walton, down to Jenkins, drive, shots no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by the Bremwell Millionaires. Scott Goins chases it down, moves in for the 18-foot jumper. Yes, Scott Goins has it for 3. First home run of the Class Single A title game. 9-3 your score at the 4-minute mark. Tony Arbaugh leans in. Shot won't go, and we've got a foul. Got a break in the action. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1988 state tournament is being brought to you in part by Gino's Pizza.
Attention, here is an important announcement. Gino's wants you to save on pizza. Now you can get a 16-inch pizza with 5 toppings for only $8.99. Take your pick of toppings: pepperoni, sausage, green peppers, onions. Give Gino's a call now and get a 5-topping 16-inch pizza delivered to your door for only $8.99. Gino's, a West Virginia company.
Deep dish or original, it's tastefully terrific. Make it Gino's, we make it pizza-rific.
Double rebate days at R.H. Peters Chevrolet. That's right. For a limited time, save on a new Chevy car or truck with GM factory rebate and a special bonus rebate from R.H. Peters Chevrolet. Double rebate days are the time to save on the sleek Chevy Beretta Coupe or Corsica sedan. Style and performance for under $10,000 after $500 manufacturer's rebate and $500 matching rebate from R.H. Peters. Double rebate days are going on now at R.H. Peters Chevrolet, I-64 Hurricane Exit.
The one thing Bill Elkins certainly wanted to do was start to shoot better in this basketball game than he had the previous 2. But through the first 4 minutes of the basketball game, the Hamlin Bobcats 1 of 6 from 2-point range. They've not attempted any 3-point goals, while the Bremwell Millionaires 2 of 3 from 2-point, 1 of 2 from 3-point. Not bad shooting for the Millionaires. The personal foul was called on Sean Jenkins. Hamlin gets the basketball out of bounds on the common foul. Brian Vance has it, whips it at the free throw line to Tony Arbaugh. Moves in, 14-foot jumper, good. Tony Arbaugh scores his first 2. 9-5 your score. The lead is 4 and held by the Millionaires from Mercer County of Bremwell High School. Anthony Walton surveying the situation, a 2-1-2 zone. Sometimes Arbaugh comes out topside to make it a 3-2 zone. Sean Jenkins for 3. Sean Jenkins has 5 points in the game, a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer. 12-5 your score. The lead 7 once again for the Millionaires. Hamlin with the basketball. Matt Burns, he'll attempt 3. This would be Gunner's 3. And that's good in any professional league. Matt Burns buries it from about 23 feet outside. Matt Burns connects for 3, and it's 12-8 at the 3:05 mark of quarter number 1. Anthony Walton with the basketball for Bremwell. Left wing, he works it to Scott Goins. Back it comes to Walton. Right back to Goins. Started to take the shot. Goes cross court in the pass to Jenkins. 14-footer, no good. Rebound control by Lamont Woods on the inside. Left-hander lays it off the glass and good. The left-handed shooting of Lamont Woods accounts for 2 more points. It's 14-8. As Bremwell increases their lead to 6 points. Brian Vance with it, left side on the dribble. He'll work it right back outside. Now down in the corner it goes to Galford. Galford back to Vance. In traffic, takes it down in the corner, gets it to Galford, shoots for 3. It is short, and the rebound pulled down out of the air by Walton. Anthony Walton off to the races. 2-on-2, gets it to Goins, back to Cuthbertson. The shot won't fall, but it's got the blocking foul on Arbaugh. Good ball movement that time by the Bremwell Millionaires. What presence of mind Scott Goins had to have the touch pass come right back to Cuthbertson.
It was a beautiful play. The basketball never touched the floor. 3 guys touched the ball. It never hit the floor and had a layup.
And Tony Arball picks up his second personal foul. Mose Cuthbertson will go to the free throw line. Has not scored in the basketball game. He's 4 of 6 in the tournament so far from the charity stripe. Right-hander has the first one good. Averaging about 12 points a game in the first 2 state tournament games. He scored 11 in the first, 13 in the second. Ready again. The 6-foot senior misses this time, and the rebound pulled down by Tony Arball for Hamlin. He gets it over to Matt Burns, just scores 15-8. The 7-point lead for the Millionaires at Bremwell High School. Bounce pass in the corner, far side. Brian Vance goes along the baseline to Arball in traffic, puts it up and in. Tony Arball scores his 4th.
Hamlin has to do more of that. The 1 of 6 that they had at the beginning of the game shooting, all of those shots were from outside. They need to get some inside play to help that percentage and loosen things up for Burns outside.
Your lead is 5, held by Bremwell, 15-10 at the 2-minute mark of quarter number 1. Anthony Walton, basketball top of the circle, goes on the left wing to Scott Goins, the senior, holding it high over his head. Saw Sean Jenkins on the right side, couldn't get it to him, takes it to Walton. He gets it to Sean Jenkins. He'll go back to Scott Goins for 3. The shot's good. Scott Goins has 2 home runs in this quarter. And they are 3 of 4 from 3-point range. 18-10 your score. The lead is 8. Held by Bremwell. Matt Burns in trouble. Shoots the shot off the glass. No good. Rebound controlled by Sean Jenkins. He leaves it for Anthony Walton. Quickly, the sophomore works it into the front court. Dishes it over on the right side to Scott Goins. Moves down through the lane. Dumps it off to Jenkins along the baseline, and he scores. Wow, he sees the whole court. Scott Goins gives Sean Jenkins an easy 2. Jenkins has 7 in the game, 20-10. Your lead is 10 with 1:05 left in the first period of play. Bremwell on top. Hamlin with the basketball. Bounce pass to Arball in the paint. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Lamont Woods for Bremwell. Outlet pass up the floor quickly to Anthony Walton. Across the timeline, he finds Mose Cuthbertson along the right side. Jumper off the glass is good. Cuthbertson scores his first field goal. 3 in the game, 22-10. The lead is 12, biggest of the afternoon for the Bremwell Millionaires, with 40 seconds left in quarter number 1.
And the key to that fast break in the layup was the quick outlet pass by Lamont Woods. He got on the board and got the ball out quickly.
Right now, Hamlin says the one way to cool off Bremwell is to not let them shoot anymore in the quarter. So they're going for 1, but it's stolen away by Mose Cuthbertson. 2-on-1. Bounce pass to Walton. Off the glass, count it, and call the foul. The foul will go against Brian Vance. And I'll tell you what, Anthony Walton showed some great body control that time to avoid the charge and pick up the block. So Brian Vance picks up his first. That is team foul number 4 against Hamlin. From the free throw line, they are 3 of 6, the Millionaires, as Walton misses the 3-point play. But they get the rebound right back. 18 seconds left. Scott Goins for 3. No good. Rebound tipped around a couple of times. Controlled by Sean Jenkins for Bremwell. Puts the short jumper up. Won't go. Tipped up once by Cuthbertson. No good. Rebound controlled this time by Arball. 7 seconds left on the clock in the first period. And the foul will be called on Mose Cuthbertson. And that will be his first. Common foul with 6 seconds left. The Hamlin Bobcats will get the basketball out at midcourt. 24-10. The lead is 14 as Bremwell exploded in the first quarter for 24 big points so far. 6 seconds. Hamlin will control the basketball. They look to get it in to Galford, and Galford saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Arball for 2. The shot is short, and the buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first period of play with your score. Bremwell 24, Hamlin 10. This is the Metro News Radio Network. In that first quarter, Bremwell 9 of 15 from the floor, 60%, while Hamlin 4 of 13, only 30%. We have traveling in the lane as Hamlin had the basketball on the first possession to start the second period of play.
If you talk to Coach Bill Elkins, I know the one thing he doesn't want to do is get in a track meet of running up and down the floor with Bremwell.
That's the first thing he told me in my conversation this afternoon, and certainly that's something he's not been able to avoid. Mose Cuthbertson scores his 5th point of the basketball game, 26-10. And if head coach Bill Elkins isn't careful, this one is going to get out of hand early. And it's so tough to climb out of a big hole once you dig it early. Along the baseline, Arball with the basketball, drives underneath, turns, spins, shoots. Good shot by Tony Arball. He made the move along the baseline underneath and then turn around and took the short jumper and made his 6th point of the basketball game. Bremwell with the basketball, leading by 14, 26-12 with 7:10 left in the first half of play. Walton over on the left side, gets it to Sean Jenkins, and they get it to Lamont Woods. Soft turnaround jumper, left hand, good. Bremwell just cannot miss right now from the floor.
Well, the outside shooting of Jenkins and Goins has opened up the inside for Woods to work now.
Matt Burns with the basketball, surveying that man-to-man situation as he brings it into the front court, pulls up with a 15-foot jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Lamont Woods. Matt Burns is going to have to open it up. He steals the inbounds pass, turnover against Bremwell, takes it, reverse layup is good. He tried to get the timeout and not in time as Bremwell quickly gets the basketball into play. Sean Jenkins in traffic will be fouled. It'll be called on Matt Burns, and that's number 2. Quick, heady play. I think what Bill Elkins wanted to do was score the 2, get the quick timeout, and Matt Burns just wasn't able to do so, and he picks up his 2nd personal foul. Adam Lawson will check out of the lineup. Jody Vickers will check out. They'll get Curry and Galford back in. 28-14. The lead is 14. 6:35 left in the second period, and Sean Jenkins is at the line. He has 7 points in the game. Right-hander is true to the mark on the first free throw. Shooting 89% from the free throw line in the first 2 state tournament games. They are 4 of 8 from the charity stripe so far in the game. They are 4 of 9 now as Jenkins misses the 2nd. Rebound controlled by Hamlin. Matt Burns takes the pass from Brian Galford. Up the floor. Pass stolen away by Anthony Walton. He gets it up ahead to Scott Goins. He'll take it to the hole. Lay it off the glass with the left hand, and it's good. Scott Goins with 11 points already in the basketball game. The lead is 17, 31-14.
What a tremendous play by Walton. He was going out of bounds, had the presence of mind to turn and find Goins for the pass back in.
Turnaround jumper by Tony Arball, about 8 feet out in the lane. Scores his 8th point, 31-16. The lead is 15, and now Hamlin intercepts the long pass, intended up the floor for Cuthbertson. Turnover number 5 against Bremwell. Long outside jumper by Burns. Count it for 3. Well, that's the outside shooting Bill Elkins wanted. You throw in 2 or 3 of those, and you're right back in the basketball game. 31-19. The lead is 12. Bremwell has it. Walton with the basketball in the front court. Waits on the traffic to go by, then sets up the offense. Clock is moving. 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Walton on the left side to Sean Jenkins, holding it high over his head. Goes along the baseline on the right side to Goins. Touch pass inside to Cuthbertson. No good, but tipped up and in by Lamont Woods. He got loose, came down through the lane. No one picked him up. And Lamont Woods has 7 points in the game. 33-19. The lead is 14 once again. Matt Burns with the basketball. Bremwell 10 of 15 from the floor so far shooting. That's awfully, awfully good. Tony Arball heating things up. He has 6 in the quarter. He has 10 in the game. And it's 33-21. Both teams shooting rather well now in the second quarter. Scott Goins up ahead to Sean Jenkins. Right back to Scott Goins. Down along the left side of the lane. Dumps it off to Cuthbertson. Into the lane. They get it to Lamont Woods. He scores again. Lamont Woods has 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game. This could very well be a high-scoring affair. 35-21 with 4:44 left in the second period. Matt Burns making the attack on the man-to-man defense. Dumps it over in the corner for the jumper by Galford. No good. Rebound controlled by the Millionaires. Outlet pass comes up the floor to Scott Goins. Down through the lane. Pulls up with a short jumper. No good. Rebound controlled by Tony Arball for Hamlin. Clock is moving. 4:20 left. And the Hamlin Bobcats looking to get a little closer. 35-21. They trail by 14 along the baseline. They get it inside to Curry. In traffic, puts the shot up. The foul will be called as the shot fails. This will send Curry to the free throw line where he'll shoot 2 times. Chuck Curry has 2 points in the game on a field goal in the first quarter. From the free throw line in this state tournament so far, he's made 11 of 16, 68%. Right-hander has the first one good. 35-22, the 13-point lead for Bremwell. Next one's good. We got a break in the action. Let's take a moment to hear from the professionals at Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates.
Sometimes all it takes to put you out of the game is one word. Ouch! But you don't have to be an all-star athlete to get true sports medical care. Sports Medicine Institute, which includes Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates and Morgantown Orthopedic Associates, provides professional care for the non-professional athlete. From tennis elbow to in-depth rehabilitation. You don't have to live with discomfort or settle for less than your best performance. Let Morgantown Physical Therapy take the ouch out of your game and your life. In Morgantown, call 599-2515.
If you're in high school or have a son or daughter about to graduate and you're looking at the possibilities of higher education, look at Glenville State. Look at such four-year programs as sports management, nursing, education. Look at Glenville State's two-year degree programs in forestry, land surveying, petroleum engineering technology, business, and look into financial aid. A better future is affordable. Let your high school diploma be a first step up. Look into your future and reach for something better at Glenville State.
So far in the game, Bremwell shooting 14 of 22 from the floor, while Hamlin is 9 of 20. Both teams doing rather well from three-point range. Bremwell 3 of 5, Hamlin 2 of 3. Turnovers, surprisingly, baked are pretty even. Hamlin has 6, while Bramwell's turned it over 5 times. Up-tempo game, though, and that will cause some turnovers that you don't count on.
You'll have more turnovers in a situation like that. I think Hamlin has to try to get Brian Galford into the ball game. He's been a good shooter for him throughout the first 2 ball games, and he can't get on track here today.
Scott Goins with the basketball for the Bremwell Millionaires. They lead by 12, 35-23 at the 4-minute mark of quarter number 2. Anthony Walton, top of the circle, yo-yos the basketball, goes down inside in the cutter to Scott Goins, takes it in the corner left side, back to Sean Jenkins for 3, good. Sean Jenkins now with 11 points in the game. Again, he's averaging about 26 in state tournament play. 38-23, the 15-point lead. For the Millionaires from Bramwell High School, Matt Burns with it on the right side, moving against Walton, gets by him, stops with a short jumper, won't go off the back of the iron. Sean Jenkins high in the air to pull down the rebound. Outlet pass comes up the floor to Scott Goins. It's 2 on 4 as Hamlin gets back real quick on defense, and Scott very wisely just sends it back outside to Anthony Walton. Walton takes a couple of deep breaths and lets everyone get set, then takes it down the left side of the lane. Sends the pass back outside, top of the circle to Scott Goins. He'll dump it inside to Walton, off the glass, good. Beautiful pass, beautiful shot. Anthony Walton, the recipient of the pass from Scott Goins. He has 4 points in the game, 40-23, the 17-point lead, biggest of the afternoon for the Bramwell Millionaires. In the corner, Matt Burns picks up the dribble, goes inside to Tony Arball. We got a foul call on Lamont Woods. That'll be his first.
With the way that Bramwell is breaking, it puts Hamlin in a position where the guys become tentative about hitting the offensive boards. If they hit the boards, don't get the ball, then Bramwell has a 3, maybe a 4-on-1 break. What happens when the team fast breaks, the coach is yelling for the guys to get back. They don't get to the boards, and you have problems with any type of offensive rebounds.
At the free throw line to our left, on the 1+1, Tony Arball makes the first. In the tournament so far, a 50% shooter. They are 4 of 5 from the free throw line. The Hamlin Bobcats shooting well from the charity stripe, and Arball makes another. He has 8 points in the quarter, 12 in the game, 40-25. The lead is 15, and now the Bobcats steal the basketball. Brian Vance picks it up off the floor. Turnover number 6 against the Bramwell Millionaires. Long outside jumper for 3 by Burns, no good. Rebound controlled by the Bramwell Millionaires. Outlet pass up the floor to a wide open Scott Goins. He dumps it back to Cuthbertson, and he scores. Such presence of the floor, I can't get over from Scott Goins. Mose Cuthbertson scores his 7th point in the game, 42-25. 2.5 minutes left in quarter number 2. Brian Vance jumper along the baseline right side, no good. Chuck Curry has the rebound, puts it up once, no good on the rebound. Lamont Woods controls it, and the foul is called on Hamlin's number 52, Brian Vance. That's his 2nd. And we'll walk the length of the floor, and the Millionaires will be at the free throw line in the person of Lamont Woods. So far in the game, he has 9 points, 1 of 2 from the line.
What an arsenal. They're coming down fast breaking, and when they don't fast break, you've got to contend with Jenkins and Goins shooting 3-pointers that are going in.
Lamont Woods misses the front end of the 1+1. Chuck Curry has the rebound for Hamlin. He gets it over to Matt Burns. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. 42-25. Our ball in traffic. Dumps it off to Brian Vance. Has the basketball stripped away from behind. They'll call the foul on Mose Cuthbertson. And Mose will pick up number 2. You look at this Bremwell Millionaire team. They're 24-2. The only 2 losses have come at the hands of the Pineville Minutemen. Think how well Pineville had to play in those 2 games.
Those must have been 2 heck of a basketball. I would love to see a videotape or something of those games.
It was the first game of the season. They got beat by 2 points in overtime down at the Brush Fork Armory. And then about midway through the season, a game played down at Pineville High School. The Minutemen victorious by 2 points again. Brian Vance misses the first free throw, makes the second, and your score is 42-26. Bremwell has the basketball in the 16-point lead with 2 minutes left in the first half. Scott Goins, top of the circle for 3, won't go. Rebound chased down in the corner right side by Chuck Curry. Outlet pass up the floor to Brian Galford. Quickly across the timeline. The youngster brings the basketball. Left-handed dribble. Bounce pass goes down along the baseline left side to Vance. Vance eyeballing the traffic, gets it into our ball. Turnaround jump in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped out to Mose Cuthbertson. Outlet pass up the floor to Scott Goins. Goins had the pass thrown behind him, so very wisely just pulls it back outside to Anthony Walton. A minute and a half left in the first half. 42-26 your score. Walton wanting movement from the guys not handling the basketball. He gets it to Sean Jenkins for the jumper. Good for 2. Good for 2. Sean Jenkins scores the 2. Has 6 in the quarter, 13 in the game, 44-26. Up the floor, Matt Burns with the basketball. Dumps it over on the left wing to Galford. Left-hander jumps and shoots for 2. No good. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Cuthbertson. He pulls up, gets it to Scott Goins. Goins brings it across the timeline with 60 seconds left in the first half. Yo-yoing the basketball, takes it down the right side of the lane, backs it back out, gets it to Sean Jenkins, right wing. Cross court, the pass goes to Lamont Woods. Almost went out of bounds, saves it. Gets it to Scott Goins. Jumper no good. Rebound pulled down by Curry. For Hamlin, he gets it back to Matt Burns. Clock is moving with 45 seconds left. 44-26 your score. Bremwell in control so far in the first half. Matt Burns, jumper from 15. Yes, Matt Burns has to shoot more. He has 7 in the quarter, 10 in the game, but he doesn't shoot that often. He must shoot the basketball more to make Hamlin more effective. Up the floor, the Bremwell Millionaires, Lamont Woods standing on the right wing with 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Gets it to Sean Jenkins, top of the circle, down the left side of the lane. Jumper off the glass, no good. Call a bumping foul against the Hamlin Bobcats. You'll call it on Chuck Curry. That will be his first. From the free throw line, the Bremwell Millionaires 4 of 10. Now that's a team that had been shooting 70% so far in the first 2 games. They've cooled off considerably in this one. Sean Jenkins, though, helps that percentage as he makes the first of 2. And he'll have the second opportunity. 45-28. The 17-point lead with 20 seconds left in the first half. Right-hander, true to the mark again. And it's 46-28. Hamlin with the basketball, looking for the last shot of quarter number 2. I think Bill Elkins just wants to get them into the locker room and settle them down because there's still plenty of time left. But just as I say that, the Bremwell Millionaire Scott Goins steals the basketball, travels coast to coast, and finger rolls it up and in, and the horn sounds. It's halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum with your score. Bremwell 48, Hamlin 28. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
By Glenville State College, home of the Pioneers. Reach for something better at Glenville State. By Stone & Thomas, serving West Virginia with quality and integrity at 19 convenient locations throughout the state. And by Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti, a West Virginia company. Again, let's go courtside at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum as the 1988 West Virginia State Championship continues.
Warren Baker, if you're going to pick a time to shoot outstanding from the floor, why not the state championship game? Bremwell in the first half from two-point range, 15 of 21. That's 72%. From three-point range, they were 4 of 8. That's 50%, while Hamlin could only manage about 34%, 8 of 23. And I'll tell you, if you're going to shoot well, why not do it in the state championship game?
I'm sure that's one thing that Coach Elkins, he had to say something to his ball club that was positive. These guys can't shoot that well in the second half. You guys go out, play your hearts out. You're a champion because you're where you are now. You've got to come out and you've got to play hard the second half.
Well, Bremwell leads by 20 to start quarter number 3, and immediately they throw the basketball away. Tony Arball stepping in the passing lane and picking off the pass. They'll get it down to Brian Galford standing on the left wing. Working back top of the circle into the hands of Brian Vance. Takes it over the right wing. Bounce pass inside to Arball as he tried to go up. You call the foul on Scott Goins. That's number 3 on Scott. Scott Goins picked up the reach-in foul. The 6'3 senior now has 3.
You know, Goins did a great job. He had 2 early fouls. As much as they were fast breaking the rest of the half, he could have very easily picked up another charge. He played under control the rest of the half.
48-28, 7:39 left in the third quarter. Arball at the line to our right, misses the first free throw. That's his first miss of the afternoon. He had been 2 of 2 prior to that shot. He has 12 points in the game, most of those coming in quarter number 2. Misses both free throws. Lamont Woods high in the air to clear the boards for the Bremwell Millionaires. Outlet pass up the floor to Scott Goins. Brings it across the timeline, sends it far side to Mose Cuthbertson. On the dribble now to Anthony Walton. Walton down inside to Lamont Woods. Lamont holding it high over his head on the right side. Takes it down the baseline. Into the free throw line. They get it to Sean Jenkins, and Jenkins scores. Sean Jenkins, 17 points in the basketball game. Make it 50-28. Other end of the floor, Tony Arball's shot won't go. Lamont Woods high in the air to clear yet another rebound. Outlet pass to Scott Goins. Quickly across the timeline. Tried to force the pass down inside to Sean Jenkins. Stolen away by Tony Arball. Hamlin gets back quickly on defense. It's just offensively, they've not been able to make the shots when they needed to. Up the floor, Galford with the basketball for the Hamlin Bobcats. Left wing on the dribble with the left hand. Tries to get around Scott Goins. Bounce pass to Arball. Drives, shoots, misses, rebound. Goes to Chuck Curry, and we got a foul called against the Millionaires of Bremwell. Sean Jenkins will pick up his second personal. Team foul number 2 against the Millionaires. Foul occurred on the rebound. No shooting, a common foul. You give it out to the Hamlin Bobcats, leading by 22 points, 50-28. They get it in. Basketball stolen away by Sean Jenkins. He'll have it all by himself, but he'll dump it off to Lamont Woods. And as Lamont tried to go to the basket, he was fouled by Tony Arball, but Arball knew he crashed into him hard, and he saved him from crashing into the basket support. That's good team sportsmanship. Individual sportsmanship certainly by Tony Arball, because really Mr. Lamont Woods could have been hurt pretty good.
Yes, he did a great job of holding him up, keeping him from hitting the support in the middle.
The foul goes on Arball. That's his third. Now this will send Lamont Woods to the free throw line, where he's 1 of 3 this afternoon. Make it 2 of 4. He has 10 points in the game.
That also showed the unselfishness of Scott Goins. He had the layup. He could have taken the layup. He laid it off for a teammate to get the play.
And Lamont Woods misses the second free throw. Rebound cleared by the Hamlin Bobcats. They get it over to Brian Galford. Galford pulls it up on the left wing. Bounce pass. They tried to get it inside to Vance. And Mose Cuthbertson knocked it out of bounds, and then he jumped over the Hamlin Bobcat bench on the far side. Wonder if he runs track.
I don't know. He should.
Definitely in the field events, I'll tell you that. 51-28. He leaped high over the Hamlin Bobcat bench. They didn't duck or anything. They just sat there like it was common knowledge he was going to happen to him. 51-28. The lead is 23 and held by Bremwell. Hamlin gets the turnaround jumper from Arball. No good. Sean Jenkins has the rebound. 2-on-1. Scott Goins. Mose Cuthbertson behind the back pass. Cuthbertson scores. Scott Goins. Sensational behind the back pass to Cuthbertson. He scores the 2. It's 53-28, and timeout on the floor called by the Hamlin Bobcats. Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1988 state tournament being brought to you in part by Jambi's Restaurant in Morgantown.
No matter why you're coming to Morgantown, your trip is wasted if you don't make it into Jambi's Restaurant before you leave. In fact, Jambi's ought to be the reason you come to Morgantown. You won't find Italian food in Italy that's better than Jambi's. Lasagna, manicotti, fresh veal parmesan, shrimp scampi. You're a real meat and potatoes kind of guy? Try Jambi's perfect steaks. Mexican? Jambi's Chimichanga. Hey, that's just a little part of the menu. Jambi's, University Avenue just off Patterson Drive, makes a celebration out of your day in Morgantown.
Get into the game plan at Stone & Thomas and find incredible savings on great-looking Lee jeans for men. An exciting lineup of Lee Riders fashions in 100% pre-washed cotton denim that'll get you ready for fun and action. Lee Riders for men. Updated jeans with a high scoring record for quality, style, and comfort. Regularly $21.99, now just $17.99 at Stone & Thomas. So when your lifestyle calls for great-looking, great-fitting jeans, turn to Lee Riders at Stone & Thomas and win with style.
6:06 left in the game. 53-28 with the basketball. The Hamlin Bobcats' Matt Burns gets it down in the corner. Brian Galford moving. Bounce pass stolen away. Picked up off the floor by Mose Cuthbertson. Whips the pass to Scott Goins. Off the glass. Lays it up and in. Great body control by Scott Goins, and a foul after the basket will be called against Bremwell. The basket is good by Scott Goins, and the foul on Lamont Woods after the shot. 55-28, 27-point lead. Lamont picks up his second personal, team foul number 3. And Hamlin has the basketball. Matt Burns, bounce pass, baseline, advance. They try to go inside to our ball, forced again, stolen away again. Scott Goins with it, bounce pass, stolen away by Chuck Curry, but he carries it out of bounds. They tried to get it back to Anthony Walton, and that's turnover number 10 against Hamlin.
Bramwell's putting on a clinic with the fast break.
55-28, the inbounds pass, they get it to Lamont Woods. He takes it and just drops it over the front of the iron. Strong move down through the lane, Lamont Woods. They are 4 of 4 from the floor in the second half. You thought they shot well in the first half, and Hamlin is 0 of 3, now make it 1 of 4 as Matt Burns gets loose in the lane for the short jumper. Quick outlet pass up the floor to Scott Goins in the corner. 57-30 your score. Goins tried to drive the baseline, cut off nicely by Burns, dumps it off inside to Lamont Woods. Turnaround half hook won't go. Rebound controlled by Sean Jenkins. He'll whip it back far side. Top of the circle now. They get it to Scott Goins, and he'll back it right back outside. Wait on the play they want. Into Lamont Woods. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound controlled on the inside by Anthony Walton. He scores it. 6 in the game for Anthony Walton. 59-30 with 4:45 left in the third period.
One of the things I like about Bremwell, they have a killer instinct. A lot of teams up by 20 at halftime could relax, come back out. They have come back out with a vengeance in the second half like they were behind.
Chuck Curry misses the easy shot on the inside. Just wouldn't fall for him, and the rebound controlled by Bremwell. 4.5 minutes left in the third period. 59-30 down through the lane. Scott Goins tried to make the move, and the foul is going to be called on Hamlin. Call the personal on Hamlin's Brian Galford. That will be his first. Check that. Call it on Matt Burns. That's his third. Still a common foul. And you give the basketball out to the Bremwell Millionaires. They get it in to Anthony Walton. Try to go inside. They get it to the new face in the lineup, Hubert Buchanan, the 6'3 sophomore, trying to go up in traffic, and the foul will be whistled. This time it goes against Chuck Curry. That's Chuck's second. Fouled in the act of shooting. They'll send Hubert Buchanan, the 6'3 sophomore, to the line. Well, if you're Bob Ray, you got Anthony Walton back. You lose 4 seniors, but you've got this youngster, 6'3", Hubert Buchanan, who'll be back for a couple of more years. He makes the first free throw. He'll have the second opportunity. 60-30, 61-30, a 31-point lead for the Bremwell Millionaires with 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third period. Matt Burns walks it across the timeline, looking up ahead. That's Brian Vance on the left wing. Burns shoots from 18, good. Matt Burns, I don't know why he hasn't been shooting throughout the tournament, because he shoots extremely well, 61-32. As the two-pointer is good at the 4-minute mark. Anthony Walton gets it to Scott Goins just inside the free throw line. His jump shot won't fall. Rebound chased down in the corner by Scott Goins. He gets it back in to Lamont Woods. Moves in, tried to dump it off inside to Buchanan. Knocked out of bounds. Last touching the Hamlin Bobcats. All the Bremwell Millionaires have great court sense. They see the entire court.
Very unselfish.
Anthony Walton gets it into Buchanan, and he makes the good move to the basket and scores. So Hubert Buchanan's played 5 seconds and scored 4 points. And it's 63-32.
A lot of times you get up 30, 35 points, guys start looking at each other and say, well, I'm going to fatten my average, and I'm putting the next one up. These guys are still playing great team ball.
Matt Burns just outside the free throw line. Shot won't fall. Scott Goins has another rebound. Quickly into the front court. 3-on-3. Goins down through the lane. Puts the shot off the glass. Won't go. Rebound tipped around back outside to Scott Goins. Very wisely, he just dribbles it out of trouble. Sends the pass over to Anthony Walton. Moves in. Tried to dump it off inside. Pass intended for Buchanan. But it sails out of bounds. Checking in for Bremwell, Stephen Collins, a 5'9" junior. 63-32. With 3:15 left to be played in the third period. Matt Burns gets the pass on the left wing to Brian Vance. Vance yo-yoing the basketball, picks up the dribble. Tony Arball has it just to the right of the free throw line. Short jumper won't fall. Rebound pulled down by the new face in the lineup, Stephen Collins for Bremwell. On the dribble, brings it across the timeline, whips it in the corner for the jumper for 3 by Scott Goins, no good. And on the rebound, Lamont Woods will be whistled for his 3rd personal foul, going over the back of Chuck Curry. So Lamont Woods picks up personal number 3. He has 12 points in the basketball game. Sean Jenkins leads the scoring for Bremwell with 17. Scott Goins has 15. Mose Cuthbertson has 9. Hamlin with the basketball. Matt Burns has 14 in the contest to lead the Bobcats. They go inside to Chuck Curry. Knocked loose, picked back up by Chuck. He sends it out to Galford standing on the right wing. Galford drives the baseline right side. Puts the shot up, no go, but called a foul on Hubert Buchanan for Bremwell. And Hubert picks up his 1st personal foul. 2:37 left in quarter number 3, 63-32. All right, if you're Bill Elkins sitting on the bench, what do you tell your Hamlin Bobcats to start the 4th quarter?
Well, you don't try to, you come out and you just work on the things you've worked on all year. I don't look for them to come down and start firing 3-pointers every time down. I think they'll come down, run the offense, do the things that got them to where they are right now.
Anthony Walton checks back in. Lamont Woods checks out for Bremwell. At the line to our right, Brian Galford misses the first. They are 6 of 10 from the free throw line. The Hamlin Bobcats make it 6 of 11 as Galford cannot connect either way. Rebound controlled by the Bremwell Millionaires. Stephen Collins, youngster, into the front court, picks up the dribble, sends it on the left side to Scott Goins. He moves it top of the circle on the dribble, looking to go inside to Buchanan. Can't get it to him. Brings it over to Walton. Back to Goins, scoring. What a touch pass. Anthony Walton plays much more like a senior than he does a sophomore. Scott Goins gave him the pass, the quick touch pass right back to him, and he scores. 65-32. Burns in trouble, twisting, shoots the shot, no good. Sean Jenkins has the rebound and trying to get it out of traffic. Matt Burns reaches in and picks up his 4th personal foul. 2 of 9 from the floor, the Hamlin Bobcats. That was the one particular area that Bill Elkins certainly wanted to improve on and has not been able to. 65-32. Bremwell. Sean Jenkins will be called for traveling. And you'll turn it back to the Hamlin Bobcats. Turnover number 10 against Bremwell. Been an up-tempo game. Sometimes you see a lot of turnovers that way. Adam Lawson, a 5'11 sophomore, will check into the Hamlin lineup. He will replace Matt Burns, who sits down with 4 personal fouls. Into the Bremwell lineup, Terry Akers. He will come in. Sean Jenkins will sit down. You'll see a lot of faces in this basketball game as a lot of youngsters going to get some playing time in this Class Single A championship game. Billy Stroop will check in. Scott Goins will check out. Hamlin will control the basketball with 1:57 left in quarter number 3. 65-32 as Brian Vance walks it across the timeline, picked up by Stephen Collins. They work it around on the right wing. Into the hands they bring it to Galford as he tried to go down inside to Adam Lawson. Basketball slapped out of bounds with the first personal foul whistled first. And it goes against Bremwell's Stephen Collins. That's his first. 65-32. This will send Adam Lawson, a 5'11 sophomore, to the line. Jody Vickers will come into the lineup for the Hamlin Bobcats. He'll replace Mr. Galford. And at the line will be Adam Lawson. Has not scored in the basketball game. First appearance just a couple of seconds ago. Foul in the act of shooting. Adam Lawson at the line to the right. Right-hander has the first one up, and it's off the near side of the rim. Coming up tonight at 7:30, the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, the Class AAA Championship game. The Martinsburg Bulldogs, the Pony Express of Huntington High. Should be a good one. Lawson sinks the second of two, 65-33. Stephen Collins with the basketball for the Bremwell Millionaires on the right wing. Picks up on the dribble, sends it down along the baseline. Gets it into the hands of Hubert Buchanan. Back outside to Collins. Top of the circle, they work it to Billy Stroop. Stroop working with the basketball on the dribble in traffic. Sends it back outside to Anthony Walton. He's the calming factor, if you will, in the basketball game right now for Bremwell. Down in the lane, Buchanan makes the 360 spin move, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound controlled by Chuck Curry for the Hamlin Bobcats. He gets it over to Brian Vance, and they bring it the other way with 1:10 left.
Billy Stroop is the only senior on the floor for Bremwell, so I think that they're taking a look at next year's ball club possibly on the floor right now.
Brian Vance gets it into Tony Arball. Strong move to the basket. The shot won't fall, but call the foul on the Bremwell Millionaires. It goes against Bramwell's Terry Akers. That will be the 6'2 junior's first personal foul. And this will send Tony Arball to the line. He has 12 points in the game, all coming in the first half. So far in the second half, he's 0 of 2 from the line, but he hits this one. He has 13 points in the game with an even minute left in quarter number 3. Ready again, the right-hander, 6'3" and a senior, connects both times. 65-35. Bremwell with a basketball. Stephen Collins, a 5'9" junior, down through the lane, stops from 14, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Hubert Buchanan, the sophomore, out on the right side. He gives it back to Stephen Collins, looking to go inside, can't get it to Akers, sends it in the corner to Buchanan. His jumper won't go. Rebound controlled by Brian Vance for Hamlin. Bobcats on the run. Outlet pass up the floor, too long, intended for Arball. Goes out of bounds. You give it right back to the Bremwell Millionaires with 37 seconds left on a third quarter clock. Stephen Collins into Anthony Walton, 5'10" sophomore. He's a good-looking player. Back it goes to Collins. Billy Stroop standing on the left wing. Stroop holding it high over his head. Goes to Collins, top of the circle on the far side to Walton. He'll let it fly from 18. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound controlled by Lawson for Hamlin. In traffic, in trouble. He dribbles behind the back, still turning, spinning, gets it across the timeline. Behind the back dribble again. Loses control of it. Picked up by Vance. And controlled by Brian Vance with 12 seconds down through the lane. Brian takes it to the glass, score it, and call a foul. The big youngster, in all respect, looked like a bull in a china cabinet going down through the lane, but he controlled everything and scored the 2 points. Well, I tell you, he was loose all over the floor, controlling the dribble. You score the 2, and you call the foul on Bramwell's Hubert Buchanan. That's his second.
Oh, it was a play like very similar to that yesterday, that he gave the ball to Arball to hit the last shot to win the ball game yesterday.
Brian Vance misses the free throw. Rebound controlled by Curry. Puts it up once, twice, no good. Arball has it once, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Arball throws it to the goal, and it falls short. That's the end of the third period of play with your score. Bramwell 65, Hamlin 37. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Eight minutes of basketball action left. Hamlin has the basketball, trailing 65-37. The basketball on the right side, Tony Arball. Closely guarded by Sean Jenkins. Gets it to Jody Vickers. Jumper off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound saved from going out of bounds by Anthony Walton. He kicked it in to Jody Vickers. Vickers couldn't control, and Bramwell will have the basketball. 7:44 left in this Class Single A championship game. 65-37 as the Bremwell Millionaires in control. Lamont Woods has it on the right wing. High over his head, gets it to Sean Jenkins. They work it to Scott Goins, back to Lamont Woods, and he lays it home. My goodness, what a pass from Scott Goins to Lamont Woods. Woods with 14 in the game. 67-37. Tony Arball answers. Jumper from the right wing. Tony Arball with 16 in the game. He's played a good championship game. 67-39, and now Scott Goins can't control the basketball. He loses it out of bounds. Good defensive pressure by Brian Vance. Turnover number 11 against Bremwell in the second half. Brian Vance gets it in to Matt Burns, who's back in the basketball game, playing with 4 personal fouls. On the right side to Tony Arball. Arball working with the basketball, goes into Chuck Curry. Curry along the baseline, right side, looking for help, gives it back to Arball. Arball reverses the dribble, hands it off to Brian Vance, standing on the right wing. Clock is moving. 6:55 left in the game, 67-39. Vance with the bounce pass, so on the left wing to Matt Burns, drives and has it blocked away. Call the goaltending. As Lamont Woods scored high. He soared high above everything to kick the basketball as it was starting down through the cylinder. The score the 2 from Matt Burns, 67-41. 6:45 left in the game. Anthony Walton, the sophomore, walking it across the timeline. Sean Jenkins on the right wing, looking to go inside to Lamont Woods, gets it to him in the free throw circle, brings it near side to Walton, back to Jenkins, shot won't go, rebound controlled by Jody Vickers for the Hamlin Bobcats. Looking for the outlet, finds it in Brian Vance. Vance moving against Cuthbertson, takes it top of the circle, lets it fly for 3, won't go, rebound controlled by Lamont Woods along the baseline, right side, outlet pass to Anthony Walton. On the run again, the Bremwell Millionaires at the free throw line. Walton pulls up, gets it to Lamont Woods, jumper's no good, rebound controlled by Curry for Hamlin. He gets it over to Matt Burns, and the Bobcats on the prowl. They bring it across the timeline. Down along the right side of the lane. He'll take it off the glass. Shot won't fall. Rebound controlled by Lamont Woods. Outlet pass hits off the back of Sean Jenkins. Picked up by Walton. 3-on-1. It goes to Jenkins. He scores the easy 2. 19 points for Sean Jenkins, 69-41. Bremwell in control with 5:50 left in the game. Tony Arball lets it fly. It's an air ball, saved from going out of bounds, but right into the hands of Cuthbertson. Outlet pass up the floor to Jenkins, and he lays it home again. He has 21 in the game. It's become a track meet, 71-41. 30 points is the lead. And Bill Elkins and company want to talk it over. There's a timeout on the court. A great time to hear from Rack's Restaurants.
All right, so I'm driving out for a burger like usual, when all of a sudden I hear this music.
Well, I'm tired of the same old thing, the same old way.
Then it hits me. I don't have to eat the same old boring burgers. So I head on over to Rack's and order me a Works burger. Then I take it on over to that Rack's Works bar and fix it up just the way I like it. I'll tell you what, you eat a burger like that and you're going to hear music too.
Downtown, 2:30 a.m. Empty city, empty streets. Driving at times like this makes you really appreciate how good Mr. Goodwrench is. Mr. Goodwrench has the high-tech electronic equipment to analyze and adjust your high-tech General Motors car so you can drive with confidence anytime, anywhere.
For expert service and genuine GM parts, see Mr. Goodwrench at R.H. Peters Chevrolet, Hurricane exit of I-64. No one knows your GM car better. No one.
I think you can almost feel the togetherness of the Bremwell Millionaires as a team.
Yes, they look like great friends along with being great basketball players.
They lead it by 30, 71-41, 5.5 minutes left in the game. Matt Burns with it across the timeline for the Hamlin Bobcats. Right side to Arball. They go inside to Vickers. Short jumper off the glass, no good. Lamont Woods pulls down yet another rebound. Outlet pass to Anthony Walton quickly into the front court. Kicked away from behind. Last touching the hustle of Matt Burns. The youngster with 16 points. First 2 games, he had 7 in the first. He had 8 in the second. He has 16 in this one as he finally started firing that outside shot. Inbounds pass. They get it to Lamont Woods. Lays it off the glass. He went up in traffic and still scored the 2 points. 73-41 at the 5-minute mark. Matt Burns with the basketball for the Hamlin Bobcats. Yo-yoing between the circles with the left hand. Takes it around on the left wing. Goes inside to Curry. Curry in traffic. Stops with the short jumper off the glass. Good. Chuck Curry has his 6th point. for the Hamlin Bobcats. Up the floor, Scott Goins with a long outlet pass. Tried to send the pass down inside to Sean Jenkins. Got it to him. The reverse layup wouldn't fall. Tough shot. And as Matt Burns starts up the floor, the foul will be called against the Bremwell Millionaires as they got tied up in traffic. He'll whistle the foul on Mose Cuthbertson. That'll be his third. It'll be team foul number 5. Will walk the length of the floor, and Matt Burns goes to the line. First opportunity at the free throw line of the afternoon for Mr. Burns. So far in the tournament, a 77% free throw shooter, 7 of 9. Right-hander misses the front end of the 1+1. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Walton. 2-on-2. Scott Goins off the glass. Good. Scott Goins scores his 6th point. In the second half, he has 19 in the game, 75-43, as Bremwell extends the lead once again. Matt Burns with it on the right side. Holding it high over his head, goes to Vance, top of the circle. He brings it right back to Tony Arbaugh. Arbaugh with a basketball, looking down inside to Burns, trying to get the cutter from him. Can't do so, sends the pass out to Brian Vance. He's picked up man-to-man by Mose Cuthbertson. The pass from Vance intended for Burns, stolen away by Cuthbertson. Up the floor, count it. Mose Cuthbertson, 11 points in the game, 77-43, and you're going to see a lot of new faces into the basketball game momentarily for both basketball teams. Stephen Collins getting set to come in for Bremwell. Tony Arbaugh's short jumper, baseline right side, no good. Lamont Woods has another rebound, though, stolen away by Arbaugh, 3-on-1. Arbaugh pulls up short jumper. It's too short. Rebound control by Sean Jenkins. In traffic, has it taken away from him, and Chuck Curry scores the 2. 3.5 minutes left in the game, 77-45. Bremwell in control. Scott Goins getting instructions from head coach Bob Ray, who's wanting a timeout and getting it. Bob Ray using that timeout, I'm sure, to get some new faces into the lineup. West Virginia's 75th state basketball tournament continues now with Hoppy Kercheval and this Metro News Golden Moment.
March 18th, 1972, the 59th state tournament. In the AAA championship, it was the Spartans of Greenbrier East, led by future Mountaineer Warren Baker, against the Bulldogs of Dunbar.
Well, this has been some kind of a show. Greenbrier East, Warren Baker, absolutely incredible. He's just cleared out his 18th rebound, and here come the Spartans again. Young at the top of the key on the dribble. Baker to the high post. He takes the feed, holding it high over his head. He fakes, cuts left, driving into the lane, pulls up, fires from inside the lane. It's good. The Baker man is really cooking. Warren's got 14 field goals in 18 tries, and East is on its way to a state championship victory.
One sports writer would later say that Warren Baker's play was so dominating that they should have given him the first 3 places on the all-tournament team. The West Virginia State Championship, memories that last a lifetime.
I know, Warren Baker, you have memories of that 72 team. You didn't get the first 3 places, but the Greenbrier East Spartans did put 3 guys on there. Warren Baker, Lester Tharp, and Bruce Johnson. A lot of good memories.
Yes, it is. I'm sure glad we didn't play Bremwell that day.
The way they're shooting.
I know I couldn't have kept up with this track meet today. I would have been out of the ball game by halftime.
77-45. You've probably still had your 30 points, though. 3:20 left to be played in the basketball game. Bremwell with a lot of new faces in there. Stephen Collins is one of them. Hubert Buchanan, the sophomore, has the basketball now on the right side. He'll take it down to Stephen Collins, the junior. He'll work it back outside to Anthony Walton. Walton with the basketball. Also in the lineup, Tim Lockett for the Bremwell Millionaires. They go inside to Buchanan in traffic. He scores anyway. Seemingly when things are going your way, it doesn't really make any difference who's on the floor. The Bremwell Millionaires have got a completely new lineup in. Jody Vickers scores the 2 inside for the Hamlin Bobcats. So you get a lot of new faces in the lineup. You get a lot of guys with some memories that will last them for a while playing in a state championship game at the Charleston Civic Center. Buchanan's jumper off the glass, no good, and on the rebound, the foul will be called. It'll go against the Hamlin Bobcats, pushing, trying to get position for the rebound. You call it on Jody Vickers. That'll be Jody's first. Adam Lawson checks in to Hamlin's lineup. He'll replace Brian Vance. And at the line to our left, Anthony Walton. 6 points in the game, 0 of 1 from the line so far in this afternoon's game. This one, no good. Rebound control by the Hamlin Bobcats' Chuck Curry. Mike Cook getting set to check in to Bramwell's lineup at the next dead ball. Matt Burns with the basketball to Tony Arbaugh on the right wing. Holding it high over his head. Looks, goes inside to Curry. Makes the spin move, and the shot off the glass is good. Chuck Curry, 6 in the quarter. He now has 10 in the game. 79, 49, and 5. Brand new faces for the Hamlin Bobcats. Going to get some playing time in this one at the next dead ball. Anthony Walton with the basketball for the Bremwell Millionaires. He backs it back outside, and even 2 minutes left. 79-49 your score as Walton drives, dumps it off to Hubert Buchanan. He scores again. Maybe the most unselfish high school basketball team I've seen in a long time. Blake?
It's interesting that Walton was left in too. I think Coach Ray wants him to play with the younger fellas.
Down through the lane, Mike Burns, as he tried to go up, his shot will be fouled, and only 4 of those 5 gentlemen can come in right now, because Matt Burns is going to be shooting. Mike Cook will come in for Bremwell. Terry Akers will come in as Hubert Buchanan and Anthony Walton will check out. New faces in the lineup for the Hamlin Bobcats. At the line, first of all, Matt Burns shooting 2 shots. He makes the first. You've got Mark Adkins, a 6'1" senior in there. Sean Puckett, a 6-foot junior. Bart Reynolds is there, not Bert, but Bart. He's in the basketball game. Also there is Craig Terry. Both free throws are made by Matt Burns. And you get Adam Johnson in the lineup. Play-by-play man's nightmare. With 1:39 left. Bremwell with a basketball. Tim Lockett, a 5'7" senior in the basketball game for Bremwell, sends the pass to Steve Collins. Steven standing between the circles, picked up man-to-man by the Hamlin Bobcats. Takes it down, dumps it off. The short shot is no good by Charles Gillespie, but big Terry Akers gets the rebound and puts it up and in. 83-51, 1:19 left. Here come the Hamlin Bobcats for the basketball. Adam Johnson up ahead. He finds Sean Puckett on the right side. Cross court, the pass goes into the hands of Greg Terry. Drive, shooting, shot is short. Rebound controlled on the inside by the Hamlin Bobcats, Bart Reynolds. And as he tried to go up, he's fouled on the arm by Mike Cook. Bart Reynolds, 6'1" and a junior, will go to the free throw line as Mike Cook picks up his first personal, shooting 2 times. Bart Reynolds. 1:05 left in the game. 83-51 is your score. Right-hander misses the first one. He'll have the second opportunity. The award ceremony comes up immediately following the basketball game. And Reynolds makes the second of 2, and that's something he'll remember for a while. 83-52. Stephen Collins with the basketball for Bremwell on the left side, gets it down in the corner. Drive made by Mike Cook in traffic, sends it out to Terry Akers, turning, spinning, shooting, shots no good. Rebound loose on the floor and controlled by the Hamlin Bobcats, Sean Puckett. Sean will bring it up the court himself across the timeline, picked up by Collins, stolen away by Collins, kicked out but stolen right back by the Hamlin Bobcats, chased down by Adam Johnson, stolen away by Stephen Collins. Back and forth it goes. Collins down through the lane, puts the jumper up, no good. Rebound controlled by Sean Puckett for the Hamlin Bobcats, and he'll work it up the floor again. Once again kicked away by Stephen Collins. Once again picked up by Sean Puckett. Puckett in traffic, says I'm going to get it up the floor if it kills me. Pass comes up the floor to Adam Johnson, loose on the floor, and the foul is going to be called on Stephen Collins.
The Bremwell reserves are playing just the same type of ball game that the first stringers did. The aggressive, the open running type of style ball. I think that's just the trademark of the ball team.
At the line, to our right will be Adam Johnson, a 5'9" junior. Right-hander on the 1 plus the bonus, misses the front end. Rebound cleared and put back up and in by Mark Adkins. He scores 2. 10 seconds left in the game, 83-54. Bremwell will be the Class Single A state champion for 1988. Steve Collins down through the lane, has the basketball stripped, but called a foul on Bart Reynolds. So Bart will pick up his first personal. I bet Bart played some football. Well-built youngster, stands 6'1" and a junior from Lincoln County. At the line is Stephen Collins. 5'9" junior's not scored in the game. He stands in with 2 shots. First one's good. 84-54. Only 2 seconds left in the basketball game. And Bob Ray hasn't changed his emotion the entire game, Blake.
No, he hasn't. You couldn't tell whether he was winning or losing just looking at it.
Next one's good, and the buzzer sounds, and that's it. We've got a brand new Class Single A state champion from Mercer County, the Bremwell Millionaires. 85-54 is your final score as they finish off the Hamlin Bobcats. There's your final again, as Bremwell wins at 85-54. We'll return to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment to recap the game after we hear this message from Glenville State College.
If you're in high school or have a son or daughter about to graduate and you're looking at the possibilities of higher education, look at Glenville State. Look at such four-year programs as sports management, nursing, education. Look at Glenville State's two-year degree programs in forestry, land surveying, petroleum engineering technology, business, and look into financial aid. A better future is affordable. Let your high school diploma be a first step up. Look into your future and reach for something better at Glenville State.
This summer, between 500 and 700 young basketball players ages 8 to 18 will be combining fun with fundamentals at the Gail Catlett Mountaineer Basketball Camp, June 12th to 17th. A week of individual instruction by the entire WVU coaching staff, basketball basics. June 19th to 24th, plenty of team play, competition week. Plus, plenty of fun at WVU's sports and recreation facilities. Learn more. Write to the Gail Catlett Mountaineer Basketball Camp, Post Office Box 877, Morgantown 26507. Do it today.
Attention, here is an important announcement. Geno's wants you to save on pizza. Now you can get a 16-inch pizza with 5 toppings for only $8.99. Take your pick of toppings: pepperoni, sausage, green peppers, onions. Give Geno's a call now and get a 5-topping 16-inch pizza delivered to your door for only $8.99. Geno's, a West Virginia company.
Deep dish or original, it's tastefully terrific. Make it Geno's, we make it pizza-rific.
At the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, Fred Persinger along with Warren Baker. It is time for the award ceremonies of the Class Single A Championship Series. And here's the veteran voice of the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, Frank Blake.
On behalf of the Board of Control, the Board of Appeals, and the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission staff, we thank everyone for being a part of this 1987-88 West Virginia Boys State Basketball Tournament. Now, it's unfortunate that the purpose of this gathering is also to determine a winner, because in our eyes, all of the participating schools are winners. Back on November 16th, 1987, all the teams in the state were equal, and each had the opportunity to be where these teams are right now. So it's a great honor to have come this far, and we want each of the participating teams to know that it deserves the respect and admiration of everyone throughout the state of West Virginia. The National Federation of State High School Associations' motto is that athletics is the other half of education. The West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission would like to take that a little further by saying that we feel that athletics also help provide the discipline, integrity, and courage that are necessary to cope with the problems in life. And now we would like to recognize Mr. George Keatley and Mr. David Gillespie, West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission Board of Appeals members, who will present the awards to these outstanding basketball teams. The first award will be the Sportsmanship Award, and the winner is Bremwell High School. The next award is for the best cheering section, and the winner is Birch High School. Will the members now of the all-tournament team come forward and remain for pictures? First of all, from Pineville High School, Jay McKinney.
Great outside shooter, Jay McKinney. Played a boxing one on him the whole night. Bramwell did, and he still picked up 19 points, Blake.
That's tough to do.
From Bramwell High School, Sean Jenkins.
Boy, you talk about a ball player. Sean Jenkins in 3 games scored 27, 25, and 21 points today in the
From
championship.
Hamlin High School, Matt Burns.
I still say that's the key to Hamlin's offense. He had 18 points today, the point guard.
From Franklin High School, Jeremy Botkin.
There's a big 6'7" youngster I'm sure you wouldn't mind having on a team you coach.
No, he's got another year, too.
From Bremwell High School, Lamont Woods.
All Lamont did was score 18 in the first game, 15 in the second game, and 16 in today's championship game.
I don't know how many rebounds.
From Birch High School, Scott Cottle.
A youngster that led Birch in all games in their games played in scoring, but would be first to admit he never really got untracked.
From Hamlin High School, Tony Arbaugh.
That youngster made the winning bucket that beat Franklin yesterday. Tony Arbaugh scores 16 points today in the championship game.
And from Bremwell High School, Scott Goings.
To me, there's your leader. That's the leader of the Bremwell Millionaires. Scott Goings had 14 points, and then 19 in today's championship game.
He looks like he really instills the confidence that the whole team has.
Wouldn't you love to have a basketball team put together of those youngsters?
Oh my, you could compete with anybody in the state.
Jay McKinney, a great outside shooter, and of course you've got the rebounding strength of not only Tony Arbaugh, but Jeremy Bodkin and Scott Goings and Lamont Woods, and on it goes. You got the great point guard and Matt Burns. I guess that's what an all-tournament team is supposed to be about. Youngsters that can play on any level, and I'm certain those 8 young men could do that. Just an outstanding all-tournament team selected by the all-tournament selection team here at the West Virginia State High School basketball tournament. I'd hate to pick a captain off of there. I think you have 8 captains right there.
You sure do. You know, I would like to make a comment in that these ball clubs come, the single A is a tough situation. You play on a smaller court for the most part during the year. You don't get the media hype that the AAA schools get. You know, you have the small crowds that you have to play in front of. These guys really played excellent basketball, considering what they had to go through.
Awards to the runner-up team from Hamlin High School. Please step forward at this time to receive your individual awards.
The runner-up trophy is going to the Hamlin Bobcats. They will finish the year 19-8. And Bill Elkins and the young men from Lincoln County certainly have had an outstanding season. They certainly have nothing to hang their heads about. I'll tell you, one of the more exciting games I've seen here at this year's state tournament when they beat Franklin by a point yesterday. That was just a great effort. Great defense they played on Jeremy Bodkin, and certainly they have to be awfully pleased with their season, finishing runners-up in the state. And you look, you've got Chuck Curry coming back, you got Brian Vance back, and you've got some of those sophomores that saw some action today, and Adam Lawson and those young men. They'll be back next year as well.
Sure, and this is great experience being at a state tournament. That will really help those young ball players going into next year.
Well, I tell you, I've got some bad news for the folks down in the southern part of the state. The Bremwell Millionaires have some people back, too.
Hamlin High School, the Class A runner-up award.
The Class A runner-up trophy being presented, and of course, Mr. Dave Gillespie, the tournament director, doing the honors here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, and pictures and flash bulbs and everything. I'm having to hold Warren Baker down. You get out there in front of all those cameras again. Great feeling. You made the all-tournament team. Has to be a great feeling for those young men.
Oh, it is a lift.
They will next present the championship trophies and the individual awards to the Bremwell Millionaires. They'll finish the season 25-2. And more importantly, they'll finish as state champions. They finished last year with only 1 loss, Bake. That was in the championship game to Payton City. Boy, what a couple of seasons they've had.
Well, it makes
and now with the members of Bremwell, please step forward to receive your individual championship awards.
It really makes it sweet to come back the next year after losing and then coming right back and winning the championship the next year.
The Bremwell Millionaires. They were the home team on the scoreboard today. They have on the home whites Mr. George Keatley, the principal down at Princeton High School, along with Mr. Dave Gillespie making the presentations. And the youngsters from the team assembling themselves at center court, where the photographs will be made after they get their individual plaques. Beautiful plaques they are, too. And, of course, the huge championship trophy will be set down in front of the team. And the photographs will be made. It'll appear in the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission handbook that they send out quarterly. The cheerleaders join the picture.
And now, with much pride and pleasure, we present the Class A West Virginia Boys Basketball Championship Trophy and Game Ball to Bremwell High School.
With the fingers held up as number one, that's what they are in Class Single A basketball, the Bremwell Millionaires. We'll return to Charleston in a moment with a final comment. This is the Metro News Radio Network.